Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Abigail, and today I'm going to be redrawing this girl right here. She's kind of cotton candy cloud themed from 2017. So let's get started. So I'm going to use my pink Prismacolor Col-Erase colored pencil to start sketching. Today I am using Canson mixed media Bristol board. I really ended up liking this. I went with this paper specifically because it's the paper I used to use a lot when I did that art piece, and so I really wanted to, recreate it using similar products. At the time, I don't think I sketched in pink Prismacolor Col-Erase colored pencil, but I felt that learning, while I wanted to keep it as similar as possible to show my progress, I also wanted to, part of becoming an artist and progressing and figuring out the things that is like figuring out the things that work for you, I found that starting a marker piece with pink colored pencil really, helped me stay loose with it, and I like not needing to erase my sketches. And when I had drawn the original work, I was so proud of myself. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I was so psyched. I was like, look at her, look at these colors, she's so pretty, and that pose, I was like, I thought I was top shit. I was like, I know exactly what I'm doing, and I don't need anatomy work, because look at this, she looks real. And while looking back, that is not the case. Redrawing this piece really helped me feel that I have been improving. Sometimes you get stuck and you think, man, I don't feel like I've improved at all. But, it comes with time, and it comes with practice, and it comes with work. And that's what I've been putting in, so it was really nice to see it. So if you saw just a few seconds ago, I had tipped up my paper, and that's because I am working at it from such an angle that I wanted to make sure I got a chance to look at it straight on while I was still sketching it, to make sure the proportions look all right. Because sometimes if you're drawing on a flat surface, your head ends up being too big, and your body, your legs too short, whatever, because you're just looking at it your point of view is distorted from what is actually there. I really wanted to, with this piece, I gave her really big, voluminous hair. And that was because I just felt that having the hair have more character, having it, almost seeming like it has a mind of its own, is something that's very me, and it's something that I've learned to do. Because in the original, while the hair looked cute and curly, it also was very limp. And it just hung there on her head. And that is not the way I draw hair anymore. I like to put it in motion. I like to make it it adds to the character instead of it just being hair. So as I am almost done with the sketch, I do ink off screen as always. I just feel like you just watched me sketch it. You don't need to watch me go over it again. And instead of inking in a Copic multiliner, I ink in a Micron Finliner in the shade purple. Well, it might be called violet, but it's the purple one. And I do outline her irises in the pink because it was really, really hard to tell in the original, but she had pink eyes, and I want to make sure you could see that, so I used the outline for that in pink as well. So there it is. And there she is, all inked up. I really liked this piece. Within the first little bit, I did end up smearing a couple of my lines. I didn't wait a whole lot. I did wait a bit, but not a lot. And I smeared some, I smudged it, but it's okay. It ended up looking fantastic anyway. And I had decided, wow, like, younger Abby had she was right. Use this paper. If you are a marker enthusiast, I guess, I don't know. I loved the way that my Copics blended on this paper, especially her blush here. Like, it just looked so great. I loved it. And yeah, and I know her skin tone is a little different. She was a little bit darker skinned in the first one. I don't have the same colors that I used to, and also the color I used was just a really it looked like a kind of a dead color. Like, she was really looked like she had a sickly tone to her, because I also highlighted in blue, and I did not know how to do that. And so I loved this though, using this color, because it really it made her look so warm and more lively. And also, I did change her dress just a bit. Before, as you can see, it was just hanging down, just hung there, and didn't look very nice. I thought it just, it's just a piece of fabric. So I added some cute ruffles to, like, layers and ruffles, and it's adorable. I wouldn't wear the top because I'm a little chubby. I'm not a big fan of crop, so I wouldn't personally wear a crop top, but the skirt is gorgeous. And then I go in with the hair, which coloring, I've been really frustrated with the way I colored hair lately. It's either been really flat, or I just don't have the colors I want. Either way, I chose this warm, like, chocolate brown for her hair color, and I left little patches of white, which I do go in and color a bit later, and it just ended up looking so adorable. And if you can believe it, this is sped up. I took an incredible amount of time coloring her hair, and so I sped it up, and it still looks like it almost could be real time. So first I used a bit of an orange, and I was like, oh, well, while that looks nice with her, I didn't have orange really anywhere else in the piece besides her skin and her hair. So then I left a few more white patches, and I went in and added a little bit of pink as well. And then I started in on the stripes of her shirt, and I decided to not line them. I was debating lining them in the pink instead of the purple, but I decided I liked the look of not lining them at all, because it just made it feel more like it was a cohesive shirt. Like sometimes if you over ink, everything seems so blocked apart, and I just really felt like it looked so soft and nice when I didn't ink the stripes, especially since my colored microns, they're all the same size, so I don't have a thinner pink to make the pink like not as noticeable. So it was fat lines or no lines, so I went with no lines. And I think my only regret, not quite a regret, it still looked nice with this piece, is that I colored her dress in the same order that I colored her like originally. So originally I had colored it the pink, the blue, the purple, when really I probably should have done pink, purple, blue, or something to that effect, just because like the red and the blue, trying to get them to blend, makes it look like purple. And I know like in the original I had like one of the clouds on her pattern right there at that line, so that wasn't as noticeable. But it really, I should have switched the order up. Didn't even think about that until I started shading them, like blending them together. I'm like, oh yeah, if I want them to blend nice, I should have switched the order. But it's okay. Like I said, I can't even really call it a regret because it still turned out so nice. And I debated how I was going to color like the layers, and I decided I want it to look like it was the same like strips of fabric used for all the layers. So the blue, then after like the purple gets colored, the blue gets colored again, and then purple, to just seem like it was cut from the same like dyed piece of fabric. And then I also debated leaving the ruffles white because I had the cloud print on it, and I decided to color them pink. I do add in the clouds later, so you still get that little cloud action. And I made her heels taller. I made them like big platforms. I thought it looked, I don't know, the whole outfit is very costumey already, and having them be this candy colored shoe, very simple shoe, I thought the platforms would look better. And the lips on her looked so much better. Her lips originally, when I drew the original one, were lined. I lined them, and I, like with my inking pen in black. Oh, it was in purple, I guess. And it looked so bad. I don't know why it would do that to her lips. Oh, no. Unlined lips are the way to go. I do a lot of blending with her skin. I don't know, I've gotten kind of lazy with some of my art lately, especially my Copic art. I used to take a lot of time on the skin, And I've been kind of neglecting that, and doing this piece really made me realize what I loved about my art before. And so I'm really excited to start bringing some of that back into the art I create today. And one of the things I used to do a lot more before was after I was done coloring with marker, I would go back in with Prismacolor colored pencils, not Col-Erase, the normal ones that are really like soft and buttery. Specifically this exact purple I'm using, and it is called Lilac. And I used to add that to the shadows of everything. I just loved the like soft purple tinge, and I don't know why I stopped doing that. I loved it. I just felt like it added like a different layer of everything and made everything, it was so cute. I don't know why I stopped. So I'm definitely going to keep doing it. And yeah, I picked up a new pencil of it today actually, because I don't know if you can see down by the Copics there that this one is kind of damaged. Like it keeps breaking on me. Every time I sharpen it, I lose like an inch of lead, I swear. I did take a darker pencil, added a little texture in her hair and a little hatching there underneath on the, the behind layer of her dress. And a little shading there in her eyes. And then I take my Posca paint pen, and that's how I add in the clouds. Instead of coloring around them, I decided to draw them in because that's so much easier, and I don't line them, again, to have it have a softer feel to it. And instead of just doing clouds, I also use my Uniball Signo white gel pen to add in not only her details, but some sparkles on the dress. Kind of like starry, sparkly things in the back, on top of the pink, the blue, and the purple as well. And as this piece comes to a close, I hope that you guys can learn a lesson from this, that making art is all a journey. It takes lots of time and effort and practice, and you can't get good overnight. And sometimes you don't even realize how good you already are and how much better you've been, considering good is a relative term, but how much progress you've made until you go back how many years ago and you redraw something that you loved then, and you can see how much you've improved. And it is a really awesome feeling. That's something I like to do whenever I'm in a slump, is I like to find something that I loved and redraw it, because I know deep down that I can do a better job now than I did then. So I hope you all have a fantastic day, and that you stay safe and maybe find something to inspire you. There was the before and there was my after. I hope if you like this video that you'll follow my Instagram, or maybe leave me a subscribe. Bye!